Sometimes, it's not that you're lazy, you're just overwhelmed. Hello, welcome to Franklin in Tech. I'm really glad you're here today. There are days you wake up and you don't feel like doing anything, not because you don't have goals, not because you don't care about your life, not because you don't want to grow, but because your mind is tired, your thoughts are scattered, your plans feel too heavy, everything feels like too much at once, and in those moments, you start calling yourself lazy. But the truth is, you are not lazy, you are overwhelmed. I've been there, days when I had so many things to do, but I couldn't even start one, not because I didn't want to, but because everything felt too big, too confusing, too heavy, too much. And when you feel that way, your mind shuts down, you start avoiding things, you start procrastinating, you start feeling guilty, and then you say to yourself, why am I so lazy? But you're not lazy, you're carrying too much at once without structure, you're trying to fix your whole life in one day, you're trying to do everything perfectly, and that pressure is what's slowing you down. What helped me was this: I simplified everything. Instead of trying to do everything, I started focusing on just one thing at a time, just one, not 10, not 5, just one task that matters. And when I complete that one task, I feel a little better, a little clearer, a little stronger. Then I move to the next one. That's how I started building momentum again. Because when your life feels overwhelming, you don't need more pressure, you need simplicity. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, you don't need to rush your growth, you just need to slow down and focus. Another thing I realized is this: rest is not laziness. Taking a break doesn't mean you're weak. Sometimes, your mind just needs to breathe, but don't confuse rest with escape. Rest to recover, not to avoid your responsibilities, because avoiding things will only make them heavier. But facing them slowly, step by step, will make them lighter. You don't need to fix your whole life today, you don't need to have everything figured out, you just need to take one step, then another, and before you realize it, you're moving again. So if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been calling yourself lazy, pause, be honest with yourself. Are you really lazy, or are you just overwhelmed? Give yourself some grace. Then simplify your life, focus on what matters, and start small, because small steps lead to big progress. What to learn from this story? Lesson 1: overwhelm can look like laziness. When you feel stuck, it may not be laziness, it may be mental overload. Lesson 2: simplicity brings clarity. Focus on one task at a time instead of trying to do everything at once. Lesson 3: small steps rebuild momentum. You don't need to do everything, just start with one thing and keep moving. If this story connects with you, subscribe to my channel for more inspiring videos like this. Let's grow together. Thank you so much for watching.